Alright everyone, I'll let you join back again with another instalment of a Dead Space 3 hardcore guide. So this video begins at the bench, and this is where you want to start using the ration sales that your scavenger bot has accumulated throughout your playthrough when you've placed them at the scavenger the resource points. Now this again as well dispels the myth that you have to use microtransactions in Dead Space 3, that they're somehow intrinsically woven into the game. They're not. I've accumulated 84 ration seals here, and I treat them like the circuit boards that you gain in Dead Space 2. Now you can use these ration seals to purchase these resource packs, and you're definitely going to need the resource packs for this final chapter of the game, for the machine. You will find you'll go through a lot of life and a lot of ammunition, and you want to have your suit done up as best you can, and your weapons. So I definitely recommend using your ration seals at this point. You can use them beforehand if you want, but they are there, and you don't need to purchase microtransactions. So this next segment is your first introduction to the ancient Valantin necromorphs. Now these are a very powerful necromorph type. They're similar to stalkers in the fact that they will charge you. They don't hide behind rocks and cover and stuff like that, but they have a much more powerful charge than a stalker. And your force gun doesn't really affect them. If you take a limb off of one of them, your force gun will have a slight effect on it, but it doesn't have an effect on a fully limbed Valantin necromorph, and especially when they're charging. So your tactic is still the same. Try to take the limbs off. Definitely taking a leg off or one of the arms first. You can also use their swarm the same way you could use the babies in Dead Space 2. You can stop them, and you can fire them back and use the explosion to take the limbs off the Valantin necromorphs, or even cause damage basically. Again, the same rules basically apply. You know, the force gun here with the electricity charge does really well to stop them, but as for dealing with the Valantin necromorphs, just the same. Taking limbs off and just trying to be accurate with your weapon. So the next three clips in a row are, to me, the three segments of this game that are going to cause you the most problems, and these are the sections that you'll probably die the most in your hardcore playthroughs. So I'm just going to give you just a little kind of a guide about the way I go about doing this, and about doing these sections. Just, again, try and keep yourself backed up to where you came through. Concentrate on trying to not move about when stalkers are here. Like I said, you don't know what cover they're hiding behind, and you definitely don't want to get pinned down by them. Same rules apply. Take a limb off, fire a limb back, keep your distance. Now start to keep an ear out, because there we go, the black necromorphs will come in from the side, they come in from behind you. Now once that happens, kind of try and move yourself back around the corner where you came in. To take the stock out. Oh, there we go. Now, what this will do is that all the black necromorphs will start to spawn in front of you. They'll start to come from in front. They won't come from behind. You only have to deal with what's coming from in front of you. There we go. Now they can only come from round the corner and from that opening. Again, try to stay calm. Try to use limbs and the tools that they drop. You will notice it's like a level glitch here, where if you move beyond a certain point backwards, the necromorphs will start moving away from you, and they'll start going back to where the spawn point was, like so. Now you might be tempted to try and use that to your advantage. I wouldn't suggest doing it, because when they're moving back, they can't take any damage from you, so even if you're shooting them, you know, it's not doing any damage to them, and then they'll just come back to you at when they've spawned again, and you just have to deal with them as normal. So it doesn't really serve a purpose for trying to help you. like I've said throughout the video, your best bet to staying alive and dealing with necromorphs efficiently is to use your weapon loadout efficiently to try and be accurate. Or as accurate, just as accurate as you can. Again, pick up all resources. The more you have, the better. So in this segment, excuse me, you have to not only worry about stalkers, but you have to worry about exploders and also cysts on the ground. So this again is one of the segments that I would definitely advise not to run about trying to deal with the necromorphs. Work your way around to where you came in, to where you entered this section, and again try and keep your back to the walls. Deal with the stalkers first, because they can jump over that barrier that's in the centre of the level. That doesn't stop them. And you can see now, how much stasis I'm using compared to, say, the earlier sections of the game. I'm using a lot more of my stasis. I'm having to. That's just that's just the way it is if you want to try and keep yourself from getting killed in this hardcore playthrough. Now, once you hear this exploder, start to make your way around to where the lift is. But don't move beyond this point, because again there are more stalkers and there are still cysts on the ground. If you were to start running about within that area there, you'll definitely end up dead. So again, it's all about damage control, trying to keep damage to a minimum for yourself. Not in any hurry. So stick tight to the left. There's a cyst there, there's a cyst round the back of that one, and there are two to the right of me. One's been taken out, the one there's been taken out, but the two to the right of me haven't. Oh, they're all gone. So stay to the left, just in case. And there's one on this wall, so stay tight again to the left. Now, when you're doing this section, I suggest that you move the middle totem first and move it twice. That way it'll give you the correct sequence to follow in doing this puzzle. And again, it just means that you can concentrate on dealing with the necromorphs and not worry about doing the puzzle while you're dealing with the necromorphs. Try to stay on the enhancer panel, take out this tentacle, and you can use your weapons as normal, but try to use the enhancer panel and your kinesis to take the limbs off the necromorphs, because it's much easier. It has a greater effect than a lot of your weapons will. Try and stay composed. Now, when you hear exploders, that's the time to start being wary about where they're coming from. So an exploder definitely won't take you out in itself, but the black necromorphs will if they catch you after. So this is one of the times I thought my play was over. So, this is the last of the sections of this video. I hope you found this guide useful, and I'll see you in the next video.